So we're walking on the way back to the area near the back door of the house, but on the way, of course, can't help but spot Geranium Roseanne. Now, this is one of the main subjects that we're going to be discussing and looking at. But these plants here have been in flower since early July and still in flower now. Really quite a bonus, and will flower through until the frost. This was an area that I'd originally put down for a few containers and alpines and various other things, but and I also put together a few things where I'm going to plant them out later in the summer. So I put them into pots, grow them on a bit, but of course it just got too dry. So in fact, I've pulled them together, the things that want to be planted out, which I'll shortly do, some of them. But in the meantime, this combination of plants has really worked together. But what really makes it work is the Geranium Roseanne. As you can see, it's now climbing up in this golden leaf cornice here, and behind that we've got a purple cotinus. But it's very effective, and it's been in flower for weeks and weeks and weeks, all the way through the hot weather, as long as we give them plenty of water. And that's just something that you can do fairly close to the house, pull things together. And well, here's another example. I potted some Geranium Roseanne into pots. These are actually in quite large pots, but not that big. You can't see the pot now, and Geranium Roseanne has just flowered its head off in half shade. I had a conifer here put behind it. That's also in a container, and this grass. So the combination of the three has really made quite an attraction, but it's a yard or a meter from my back door. So every time I come to the house or go out, this really has been quite a spectacle. Well, we've come to the special occasion really, and we're going to call it the Bressingham Pot-Off. These are the ingredients. You've got the ingredients of a cornice there in a container, you've got a Geranium Roseanne, and you've also got a Carex tenuicolnis. I'm going to really explain and talk about two ways of doing things, one of which is to fill up with this extra pot, which we broke and put in the center of it. We'll add some compost, and the compost will actually plant the plants in their containers because we're thinking of putting them in the garden next year. From this point on, they're not going to grow all that much if they're in containers. So that's one option to do. These are plants which are young at this point, but they will flower this year and flower continually, probably till the frost. So that's how we've got them. We spaced them in the pot. So then we have to put a few more bits of compost in. And don't forget the snowdrops, because they really do make quite a show in the spring. Of course, this has been put in the pot here so that we are just going to leave it for a short time and maybe take them out next spring. But if you want to actually have it a more permanent basis, then you take it out of the pot, of course, assuming that the plant is well rooted around the pot. Keep my fingers crossed. Yes, it's very well rooted. You can break those up a little bit here, but I think it'll be all right to put it straight in and firm it in, put compost around it.